Good morning, dear students. Today we discuss fluid power. I am Dr. Tarun Gupta, Associate Professor, GL Bajaj Institute of Technology and Management, Greater Noida. Dear friends, our subject is automation and robotics. The code is RME 078. This is the syllabus of Unit 1, which is given by our university, Dr. APJ Abul Kalam Technical University, Lucknow. In earlier lectures, we have already discussed the definition of automation, advantage of automation, goal and types of automation, needs of automation, various laws and principles of automation, and element of automation. Today, we discuss fluid power and its element, application of fluid power, etc. Before starting the topics, you must remember the few basics and facts which you have read earlier. This is thermodynamics first law that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Friends, you must know this is first law of thermodynamics. We cannot generate or we cannot destroy the energy, but there is a loophole that we can convert energy, we can transform energy from one form to another form as per our requirement. In other words, we can say that the total energy of this world is remain same. The lacuna, the loophole is transformation. See, you can convert chemical energy into mechanical energy as you are doing in your automobile vehicles. You are using petrol or diesel or gas. So you convert petrol energy or energy in petrol, in chemical or in gas into the kinetic energy, or that is movement of the vehicle. You have hydraulic energy, kinetic energy or potential energy available in water. Water is flowing in the rivers, and with the help of those waters, we can run turbines. So we can convert that potential energy or kinetic energy into electrical energy. We can convert electrical energy into various form of energy, like we are using heater in our houses, so that electrical energy is converted into heat energy. So this is the basically first law, that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but you can convert it from one form to another form. The second basic is hydraulic is one of the drive which is selected based on its salient feature wherever found suitable and more efficient. See, we cannot use hydraulic or fluid power in all the places. We have to check where it is more efficient, where it is found suitable. In that case, we are using hydraulic energy or hydraulic drive. As we are using hydraulic brake in our cars, we can use pneumatic brake also, but in most of the cases, we are using hydraulic brakes. Next one, you must remember that there are only two motions in the world. One is reciprocating or linear motion, other is rotary motion. All other motions are combination of these two motions. Remember, reciprocating or linear and rotary, these are the two pure motion. All other motions are combination of these two motions, whether it is rectilinear motion or any other motion. Next basic and facts is fluid mechanics is a subject which cover hydraulic and pneumatic both. Remember, fluid mechanics cover both hydraulic as well as pneumatic, but in most of the cases we are using fluid, we are using liquid, we are using hydraulic. Further sub branch of hydraulic is in two areas, one is hydrostatics, other is hydrodynamics. The total energy content in the fluid is made up of potential energy and kinetic energy and static energy. This you have already discussed in your Bernoulli's equation in fluid mechanics, which says that the total energy is a combination of potential energy, kinetic energy, and static pressure energy. So the total some will remain same. Potential energy may increase or decrease, kinetic energy may increase or decrease. Similarly, static pressure energy may increase or decrease. You can have an example that whenever water is flowing from hills to the ground, so at the hills there is high potential energy, but at the plain area there is more kinetic energy. There is no pure hydrostatic or hydrodynamic system available. See, all the system are combination of these two, hydrostatic as well as hydrodynamic. Major part of the energy is considered to decide type of hydraulic system. If all the high pressure hydraulic system are considered under hydrostatic, because it is the major part of energy. And if major part of energy is in the form of static pressure energy. So hydrostatic or hydrodynamics depend upon which type of energy has major part. Then the point comes, what is fluid power? See, fluid power is a technology that deal with the generation, control and transmission of force and movement of mechanical element or system with the use of pressurized fluid in a confined system. Both, remember, both liquid and gases are considered as a fluid. Fluid power system include a hydraulic system, which comes from the Greek word hydra, and the meaning of hydra is water. And pneumatic system, it is also comes from the Greek word pneuma. Pneuma means air. In most of the cases, oil hydraulic employ pressurized liquid petroleum oils and synthetic oils, and pneumatic employ compressed air that is released to atmospheric after performing the work. The application of fluid power is limited only by the ingenuity of the designer, production engineer, or plant engineer. If the application is used for lifting, pushing, pulling, clamping, tilting, forcing, pressing, or any other straight line motion, so it is possible that fluid power will meet the requirement, right? So whenever we want to use the fluid power, we we must have some point, we must have valid reason, we must have valid application. So you can say in the industry we use three method for transmitting the power from one point to another, that is mechanical transmission, which can be done through shaft, gears, chain, belt, etc. Second may be electrical transmission, which can be through wires, transformer, etc. Third one is this, which we are discussing today, that is fluid power, which is through liquid or gas, but it is in a confined space, right? So here we will discuss a structure of hydraulic system and pneumatic system, and we also discuss the advantage and disadvantage of hydraulic system, pneumatic system, electrical system, as well as mechanical system. See, fluid power is the technology which deals with the generation, control, transmission of force and movement. We have already discussed this point, right? So few application of the fluid power are discussed here, that we can use fluid power in the agriculture. In agriculture, it is used in tractor. It is used in farm equipment such as movers, plugs, chemical and water sprayer, fertilizer spreader, harvester, etc. These are few applications. It doesn't mean ki the area of the fluid power is confined to these. These are few applications. We can use fluid power in automation. In automation, we have automated transfer lines, we have robotics, we have various control mechanisms. In automobile, we have power steering, we have power brakes, we have suspension system, we have hydraulic system. Even today, we are using hydraulic clutch also. We are using fluid power in construction industry or equipment, in civil industry, you can say, for metering and mixing of concrete, excavation, lifting, bucket loader, crawlers, post hole diggers, road graders, road cleaners, road maintenance, vehicle tippers, etc. we are using in defense also. In defense, we are using this fluid power application in missile launching system, in navigation control system, etc. We can have an example of fabrication industry also. Various hand tools or clamping tools are there, such as pneumatic drill, pneumatic spanner, pneumatic grinder, pneumatic borer, riveting machines, nut and runner, etc. So all these are operated with the help of fluid power. In most of the cases, they are operated with pneumatic. We can have an example in food and beverage industry also. All types of food processing equipment, wrapping, bottling, all types of equipment are used this fluid power application. In glass industries, vacuum suction cups for handling the glass. In our manufacturing industry, we are using jigs and fixtures also, and sometimes those jigs and fixtures are also operated with the help of fluid power, with the help of hydraulic or pneumatic power. Some work holding devices, clamps, stopper, indexer, etc., operated with the help of these hydraulic or pneumatic power. Various machine tools like automated machine tools, numerical control machine tools, CNCs are also operated with the help of this fluid power. Various metal handling equipment like jack, post, crane, forklift, conveyor system, etc. Even you can say today we are seeing the Hydra or JCB is used for lifting or digging operations. That JCB or Hydra is also use fluid power. So there we are using hydraulic. In medical field, various equipment like breathing assisters, heart assisting devices, cardiac compression machines, dental drives, and human patient simulator, etc. We are using those in, we are using fluid power in these devices. Friends, you will be surprised to listen that we are using this fluid power in our movies also. We are creating special effect using fluid power. You can see few movies like Jurassic Park, Jaws, Anaconda, Titanic. There we were using these. In some cases, we are lifting the car with the help of these hydraulic or pneumatic power. We are also using paper and packaging industry, some process control systems, special purpose machines for rolling, packaging, paper packaging industries. They are using pneumatic system as well as the hydraulic system. In plastic industry, automatic injection molding machine, raw metal feeding machines, jaw closing, movement of slide of blow molder, etc. use this fluid power, right? In mining also, we are using rock drills, excavating equipments, ore conveyor, loaders. These all are used with the help of pneumatic or hydraulic system. Even in newspapers and periodicals, edge trimming, staple, pressing, bundle wrapping. In oil industries, we are using oil shore, oil rigs. In pharmaceutical industries, process control systems such as bottle filling, tablet placement, packaging. In press tool industries, heavy duty press for bulk metal formation, such as you can say sheet metal, forging, bending, punching. Even in case of robots, we are using fluid power. So robots are operated with the help of fluid power and pneumatic systems. We are using in undersea applications also, like in case of submarine, in undersea research vehicles, in marine drive, in controlling the ships. We are using this hydraulic power. In even in woodworking, tree shearer, handling huge logs, feeding, clamping, and saw operations. So in these cases, we are using hydraulic applications. So I can say that there is a vast area where we are using hydraulic applications. Somewhere or you can say fluid power application. Somewhere we are using hydraulic or water, somewhere we are using pneumatic systems. So whenever we are using pneumatic system, we have to use compressors and the pipelines, because in case of pneumatic system we are using compressed air. Now I am repeatedly saying hydraulic, pneumatic, hydraulic, pneumatic. So friends, what is hydraulic? See, old definition of the hydraulic is anything which is in affiliation with water is called hydraulics. Anything which is in affiliation with water is hydraulic. But hydraulic doesn't mean only water. Today, hydraulic doesn't mean only water. Hydraulic means any liquid. So the definition has changed. So the new definition, you can say, it is transmission and control of forces and movement by means of fluid is called hydraulic. Here we are not saying only water. Transmission and control of forces and movement by means of any fluid is called hydraulic. So if we are saying basic principles of the hydraulic, we have Pascal's law. If you have remember, Pascal's law is the effect of force on stationary liquid is such that force is spread equally all throughout the liquid in all the direction. Here you can see with the help of a diagram, there is a platform. Over the platform we are putting a load in the form of a vehicle, and here there is oil. A piston is used between the platform and the oil. So when we apply this load, this load try to push the piston downward. So when piston try to move downward, the force acting on the oil, or you can say on the liquid, is spread equally in all the direction. You can see here all the sides are experience the same force. So this is Pascal's law. There are various applications of the Pascal's law. You can say one application is hydraulic jack, or you can say here this is a force transmission. Here pressure is force per unit area. So here with the help of less force, you can uplift the more load. See, for equilibrium, P1 must be equal to P2. P1 is F1 by A1, P2 is F2 by A2. So if area is less, force is less, so P1 will be same as P2. If area is more, load is more. So just by doing the different size of the piston, or just by making different area, we can upload more load with the help of less effort. This is the application of the Pascal's law. So here you can see that this smaller load can uplift this elephant. Or you can say it means higher load. This is the application of the Pascal's law, right? If we are doing a calculation that let's say this mass of the elephant is 300 kilogram, and area of the piston over which this elephant is staying is 75 centimeter square. Here the area of the piston on the effort side is 25 centimeter square. So what is the required force to uplift this elephant? The required force comes 100 kg. So just by applying 100 kg, we can uplift the 300 kg of the weight. So this is an application of the Pascal's law, right? So whenever you are doing using Pascal's law, so you have to make some calculation, simple displacement transmission, that volume V1 must be equal to V2, where V1 is A1 and S1, or V2 is A2 and S2. So for equilibrium, V1 must be equal to V2, or you can say P1 must be equal to P2, right? So this is again, there is a sample calculation for displacement transmission. You can see here, if you want small load for a longer higher distance or for a high length, you can apply less force here. So this is again an application. So you can do this calculation that if S1 is the displacement 5 centimeter, and A1 is 25 centimeter square, A2 is 75 centimeter square. So what is the height of the water raised? So you can do simple calculation, right? So here same way you can apply it, the Pascal's law in pressure transmission. So this you can see. So let P1 is 100 bar, A1 is 75 centimeter square, A2 is 25 centimeter square. So what is the required P2 to keep it in equilibrium? So easily you can calculate with the help of simple calculation. Force is P by A. So you can easily find out this, right? So before discussing this pneumatic system, we must discuss the fluid there are system. There are two type of hydraulic system. One is fluid transport system, other is fluid power system. See, fluid transport system, the sole objective of the fluid transport system is the delivery of a fluid from one location to other to accomplish some useful purpose, which include pumping station also to pumping the water in our homes, uh, to cross country gas pipeline, etc. You can see we are using water motor in our houses to lift the water from ground floor to top floor, or to store the water in overhead tanks. So this is fluid transport system. One is fluid power system. They are used to design to perform work. In fluid power system, work is obtained by pressurized fluid acting directly on a fluid cylinder or with the help of fluid motor. A cylinder produces a force resulting in linear motion, whereas a fluid motor produces a torque resulting in rotary motion. If we are saying what are the classification of fluid power system, the classification of fluid power system is uh, one based on the control system. It may be open loop system, it may be closed loop system. In the earlier lecture we discussed the open loop system is that system where there is no feedback mechanism. Means you apply the force, you apply the movement, but there is no feedback whether that work has been done or not, about the accuracy, about the error, about the calibration, etc. But if we are saying about the closed loop system, closed loop system is that system where we are using feedback system. So in this case we are using a sensor which continuously gives a feedback, and where we can compare output with respect to input. If there is any difference, we can adjust input or output parameters accordingly. The next classification is based on type of control. Type of control means fluid logic control, or electrical control, or electronic control. See, if we are saying fluid logic control, so in case of fluid logic control, the system is controlled by hydraulic oil or air. The system employed fluid logic devices such as AND, OR, NAND, NOR, etc. So two type of fluid logics are available. One is moving part logic, other is fluidics, right? And if we are saying electrical control system, this type of device are controlled by electronic devices. There are four basic electronic devices which are used in controlling of fluid power system, like switch, relay, timer, solenoid, valve. These devices help to control the starting, stopping, sequencing, speeding, positioning, timing, and reversing of actuating cylinder and fluid motor. Electrical control and fluid power work well together, where remote control is essential. And one control is electronic control. So whenever we are saying electric control, we are using most advanced type of electronic hardware like PLCs, microprocessor, etc. Right? So if we are saying hydrostatic and hydrodynamic systems, which we have discussed earlier, hydrostatic and hydrodynamic system. See, a hydrostatic system used fluid pressure to transmit power. Hydrostatic deals with system create high pressure, and through a transmission line and a control element. This pressure drives an actuator which may be linear, which may be rotational. The pump used in hydrostatic system is a positive displacement pump. Definitely, it is a positive displacement pump, and the relative spatial position of this pump is arbitrarily, but it should not be very large, because if it is very large, then losses will be more. So an example of pure hydrostatic is the transfer of force in hydraulic system, right? So next one is hydrodynamic system. Friends, hydrodynamic system use fluid motion to transmit power. Power is transmitted by the kinetic energy of the fluid. We can give an example, best example, where the power is transmitted by the kinetic energy of the fluid. We have a Pelton turbine. In case of Pelton turbine, we are using a nozzle, and the purpose of that nozzle is just to convert all the pressure energy into kinetic energy. So at the exit of the nozzle, total kinetic energy is available. There is no other energy. The total kinetic energy is available, and that kinetic energy is converted into mechanical energy with the help of Pelton wheel, right? So that is hydrodynamic system. Hydrodynamic system deals with the mechanics of moving fluid, and it uses flow theory. The pump used in hydrodynamic system is a non-positive displacement pump. ध्यान रखिए, in hydrostatic we are using positive displacement pump. In hydrodynamic we are using non-positive displacement pump. The relative spatial position of the prime mover is fixed, right? An example of pure hydrodynamic is the conversion of flow energy in turbine in hydroelectric power plant. In oil hydraulic, we deal mostly with the fluid working in a confined system, that is a hydraulic system, right? Then you must know what are the advantage of fluid power. See, though we can compare fluid power with pneumatic power, but we must know, before comparing, we must know various advantage of the fluid power. Though we have discussed various facts, various applications, so you can easily conclude from those applications, from those basic facts, the advantage of the fluid power system. But still we can discuss that fluid power system are simple, easy to operate, and can be controlled accurately, right? Fluid power gives you the flexibility to the equipment, and without requiring a complex mechanism, we, we can use fluid power. We can start, stop, accelerate, decelerate, reverse, forward position. We can apply force with great accuracy using just simple lever, push button, etc. You can see we are using JCB machines for digging purpose. So they are just, we are using simple levers. Similarly, you can see the landing gear of an aircraft can be retrieved to the home position by just a push button, right? Next advantage is multiplication and variation of the forces. So you can easily multiply or divide the forces with the help of hydraulic system. We are already, we discussed this hydraulic jack, where we can lift heavy load with the help of small force. Multi-function controller, a simple hydraulic system, can provide power and control for numerous applications. You can have a pneumatic application. We are using a single compressor, and with the help of that single compressor, you can supply the compressed air to various devices with the help of pipelines. You can operate with the help of that compressed air group of machines, group of equipments, group of tools. So here, only one compressor will sufficient to operate all the machines. You have low speed torque. So unlike electric motor, air or hydraulic motors, we can have a large amount of torque while operating at low speed. Some hydraulic and pneumatic motor can even maintain torque at a very slow speed without overheating. We can have constant force or torque with the help of this fluid system. This fluid system is very economical. This fluid system is very much economical. Low weight to power ratio. Fluid system can be used where safety is a vital issue. Like you can see in case of aeroplanes, landing and takeoff of the aeroplanes with the help of this hydraulic system. In case of spacecraft, in mining, in manufacturing, in production, in production of delicate parts, all the places, all the applications are the hydraulic systems. So friends, this is about the hydraulic system. So in the next lecture, I will discuss about the pneumatic system, but you must know the basic fundamental of the hydraulic system, friends. Some are the drawback of the hydraulic system is that it must be leak proof. If there is any leak in the hydraulic system, then you cannot operate the machines, you cannot operate the equipment or tools efficiently, right? If you are using compressor, then definitely there is a large sound, so you have to use compressor in isolation area. If you are using hydraulic system, then you have to use a storage tank where you can store the oil or water, and with the help of a pump or motor you can supply it to the required position. So friends, this is our today's lecture. In the next lecture we will discuss pneumatic systems and comparison of hydraulic and pneumatic system, etc. So thank you very much for listening this lecture. So you just give your comment in your in my YouTube lecture, so that we can make this lecture or further lectures better. Thank you.